Hello everyone, my name is Thu. I went to Đồng Tháp province after southern of Vietnam. And in this video, we will talking about their location at the airport.
12 địa điểm tại sân bay cần phải biết. 1. Information desk. Information desk. Quầy thông tin. Đây là nơi bạn có thể hỏi được tất cả các thông tin cần thiết liên quan tới làm thủ tục bay, chuyến bay hoặc du lịch. 2. Duty free shop. Duty free shop. Cửa hàng miễn thuế. Đây là nơi bạn có thể mua được các món đồ không bị tính thuế. 3. Restaurant. Restaurant. Nhà hàng, nơi bạn có thể ăn uống. 4. Check-in. Check-in. Quầy làm thủ tục đăng ký. Đây là nơi bạn nộp vé máy bay và làm các thủ tục lên máy bay. 5. Departure lounge. Departure lounge. Phòng chờ. Đây là nơi bạn ngồi chờ đến giờ lên máy bay. 6. Departure. Departure. Cửa ra máy bay. Đây là nơi bạn sẽ đi qua để lên máy bay. Departures được chia làm hai. 1. Domestic departure. Nội địa đi, tức là dành cho các chuyến bay đi trong nước. 2 là International departure, là nơi dành cho các chuyến bay đi các nước khác. 7. Arrivals. Arrivals. Cửa đến. Nơi bạn sẽ ra sau khi xuống máy bay hoặc đón người thân từ máy bay xuống. Arrivals thường được chia làm hai. 1. Domestic arrival, nội địa đến, tức là dành cho các chuyến bay trong nước đến. Và 2 là International arrival, quốc tế đến, tức là dành cho các chuyến bay từ các nước khác tới. 8. Customs. Customs. Hải quan sân bay. Đây là nơi bạn sẽ làm các thủ tục an toàn, kiểm tra an ninh trước khi lên và sau khi xuống máy bay, cũng như làm các thủ tục xuất nhập cảnh. Nội dung giao tiếp tại địa điểm này, các bạn vui lòng xem video thứ 11, 8 mẫu câu hay sử dụng tại hải quan sân bay. 9. Baggage claim. Baggage claim. Đây là nơi bạn sẽ nhận lại hành lý sau khi xuống máy bay. Địa điểm số 10. Bank. Bank. Ngân hàng. Nơi bạn có thể đổi tiền để sử dụng tại các nước sở tại. 11. Post office. Post office. Bưu điện. Đây là nơi bạn có thể gửi các bưu phẩm đi bất kỳ đâu bạn muốn. Và địa điểm cuối cùng tại sân bay, snack bar. Snack bar. Cửa hàng ăn nhẹ. Đây là nơi bạn có thể ăn các đồ ăn nhẹ, không phải bữa chính, khi chờ làm thủ tục lên máy bay.
Tiếp theo là chúng ta bắt đầu luyện tập. Đây là kết quả luyện tập của mình. Kết quả mình đọc trên app Elsa. Tiếp theo là mình đọc trên Google Dịch. Từng câu một. Câu đầu tiên là Information desk. Tiếp theo là Duty free shop. Câu tiếp theo Restaurant. Tiếp theo là check-in. Departure lounge. Domestic departure. International departure. Domestic arrivals. International arrivals. Customs. Baggage. Claim. Bank. Post office. snack bar. Tiếp tục chúng ta sẽ luyện tập và quay video lại. Đầu tiên, information desk, duty free shop, duty free shop, restaurant, checking, departure lounge, domestic departure, international departure, domestic arrival, international arrivals, customs, baggage claim, bank, post office, snack bar.
A little bit more market share, but I didn't realize at the time that Nintendo had over 90% of the market, and the Sega sort of came out of nowhere and then kind of...
All committee and dining rooms have step-free access. Our information desk has an induction hearing loop. We now have an infrared-driven...
This week, Robin and information desk were named. And leave them at the information desk at you can leave in your seats or at the information desk at the front.
And there's an information desk ready and waiting. Hello, do you speak English?
Explore those areas. Make sure your information desk is wheelchair accessible.
Those of them at the information desk at the front of the reading room as you leave them at the information desk at the back of at the information desk and go around, and all of the objects are signed up in the various galleries.
You can leave them on the door, or you can put them in the information desk, or you can just keep them and look at it as an exercise. That's all totally valid.
Duty-free shop when I was on vacation, but
People enjoy purchasing items at duty-free shops and airports because
America is pretty much one big duty-free shop.
Some sort of difference and tells me to enjoy Canada. I buy a bottle of Coke in the duty-free shop and then
The duty-free shop.
amazing.
And you can shop for souvenirs, tax, and duty-free. And look out for activities galore. You can shop for souvenirs, tax, and duty-free. And look out for activities galore. Okay, so you're gonna take your dollar. Okay, and then these go sort of... You might surprise
Around the corner, they slapped my order on the grill.
But if you heard Morse code randomly in a restaurant or on an airplane
or this like restaurant that, got a rave review recently, and
Of chefs and restaurant owners that started during the pandemic to fight for federal financial. And a standard lobster dinner in a restaurant can set you back $38 or more. Lobsters are considered a gourmet dish.
Passengers are held. It looks more like a bar and restaurant than a cramped train or aeroplane.
Here, a scene in a restaurant plays out exactly as you remember. The world moves.
your fingers. You will often see them on restaurant menus. Nibble.
Restaurant.
Oh, what's your favorite restaurant?
It's an Asian fusion restaurant with great...
he ordered the most expensive meal in the restaurant.
You just had a dinner at a restaurant with 9 friends. You were pleased with the service.
Who have taken that extra time to check in with me.
without having to check in with your partner.
Fully, which I need to check in with myself all the time about it.
There. Yeah, that's why I wanted to check in with you. It looks...
Or growth. Reaching out for support can help you check in with the aspect.
But I'm definitely going to check in on it again. And
really care about them, you might want to check in and see how they're doing. And it's okay to,
but it can be a few moments here and there to check in with yourself.
And just check in with yourself on that and be willing to start.
You see, in my departure lounge, there were a number of
Own check-in desk, its own departure lounge, its own passport control, and Britain. They put extra security between the departure lounge and the...
Do you want to go to the departure lounge or do you want to go to the...
Years ago. That's a long way to wait in the departure lounge.
Whilst you are in the departure lounge, it will be a good idea to check that you have all the necessary
luxurious than your average departure lounge, and the decor features plenty of nods to...
I was sitting in the departure lounge of JFK, waiting to go home to Bridgetown, Barbados, nursing a coffee and...
Lounge. We've got a giant screen, and every order that comes in from the three main test areas, which is a hematology oncology.
He left no legacy of bold innovation in domestic policy or departure from traditional.
That will allow our citizens to get to their international departure point.
It's a very big deal, as it is a general departure from the way India managed international space treaties and negotiation.
Curtin Companion is Curtin University's pre-departure app for international students. It takes
vaccination and pre-departure testing for international passengers. And we are continuously working
the International Space Station following the departure of current Expedition 30 Commander that led it to a stately departure from the International Space Station. NASA and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency are working together to preparation work for his upcoming departure from the International Space Station when he undocks along.
At Kuala Lumpur International Airport, a Boeing 777 is preparing for departure.
Destination 370, request level. 770.
Progress ship's scheduled departure from the International Space Station on
local launch and entry suits that they will wear for their departure from the International Space Station and return to Earth aboard the Soyuz.
Glasgow Airport. There's the domestic arrivals and there's the international arrivals.
Foreign inward arrivals has dropped 12% and is mainly driven by the Chinese, who will no longer fly on that airline.
Departures and arrivals are handled separately from the domestic departures and arrivals, so no need for those to be in the same table. Let me just go ahead and take flights and separate it into...
Again, controllers were on strike again, and arrived at the international arrivals terminal, which is the...
So there's over 1 billion international arrivals today in just 10...
That's because China is now quarantining all international arrivals.
Even a mobile app that I'd like to walk you through. When you reach the international arrivals terminal, you will see...
Airport international arrivals, where all international flights came through.
Is international arrivals and protest by the thousands.
It'll be utilized just for international arrivals because that's where the federal...
16,500 international arrivals a week or so ago, and that's now down to about...
Within the cabin on all international arrivals into the U.S.
Argue that it should be for all international arrivals.
He came into contact with international arrivals.
This meant that the
manner, respecting traditions and customs.
To their elders, laws, customs, and creation spirits.
An outbreak has ended, so public health interventions need to take into account customs surrounding death and
And it showed how Customs and Border Protection, which
Anne Forbes was restricted by the customs of the society she lived in.
Means importing those goods must pay U.S. Customs to bring them in.
Agreement. They're like a constitution. So some of the laws, they're about rituals and customs that set if
Workshop is a really good way to learn about Inuit culture, Inuit customs, and Inuit tradition.
By bus to Moldova, and we had to go through customs and how I'll clear all the visa issues that we had.
And when I walked into the Customs and Border Patrol, CV.
When one examines Nordic life and customs objectively, it's easy to
The customs and traditions of ancient cultures.
We were eating fish for breakfast. The customs were totally different. And what that did is...
And each had its own weights and measures, customs, crown jewel.
the baggage claim,
Where are you? They'll turn the conversation around and make you feel bad for them. They'll be like,
you retrieve it from baggage claim and pass it to the I'm having to wait at the baggage claim for your luggage.
Time that passengers had to wait to retrieve their bags from the baggage claim.
For now, I fly to Norfolk, I land, I go to the baggage claim to pick up.
Sleep on the baggage claim and came back home for the shootout.
This is the most emotional baggage claim moment I've.
These do not get checked. These are not in baggage claim. These are taken with.
There's been a shooting at Fort Lauderdale Airport in a baggage claim area, and it seems like multiple people.
Especially like baggage claim.
and it was playing at the baggage claim, and now it's been.
Soda, we're walking toward each other in baggage claim at the same.
Traditional bank card, where
imagine how much money you'd have in your bank account today. When we studied an Islamic bank in Dubai,
Like waves sucking on shingle, crashing with a sigh.
Funds transfer, please allow 4 to 10 days to receive the funds in your bank account.
For everyone. What Bitcoin creates is a ledger that needs no bank.
There's actually in the center and divides a banknote. These are good.
Unfold. The only time it becomes dangerous is if we bank everything on that idea.
But the people bank aspect of it was a couple of
an address and on the Senate Benacor, and we walk you through some of the discoveries that you can't.
it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. Having
Mrs. Lind is hoping that Torvald can get her a job at the bank.
happens when wind blows up a dust cloud or water washes.
Congress never has to check the balance in its bank account.
The monthly payment. I had zero money in the bank. I didn't have any
that can go into that bank account are actions of love. There's
times 3 or 2,000 times 6 in your bank account. I understand that everyone has different circumstances.
No walks into a bank in the middle of Manhattan. You have no.
Yeah, it's like a pandemic for me to visit the post office to pick up my packages.
Including the stores where you would shop, the post office, and people.
See the sleeping quarters, engine room, galley, bridge, brig, post office quarter.
We've situated it down by the post office again. No one at the city of Portland knows about it, but maybe.
Pony Express and the introduction of the post office at
the headquarters of the Irish Post Office.
Ironically, it's sad at the loading dock at the post office.
I mean, it's the post office that's always having problems.
It occupies less than a square mile. This country has its own radio station, newspaper.
Working for the post office meant that every
Used to be post office, but we know what's happening then.
Then we start working on the post office. He was the first person.
And like I can't just go to my neighborhood post office and write Gorbachev.
It's all about massive public subsidies through the post office.
Is serving overseas because you can ship to the APOs, right? The Army Post Office. So
it's like, oh, it's the electronic post office or whatever.
Was based for most of the war at this post office in Bologna.
When they're on their way to the snack bar, they risk bumping into people. Polar bears are no more likely to.
Overhead. In the back of the theater was a snack bar that sold fruit and drinks and
of the past. There is also a snack bar, local produce shop, playground, and barbecue area available at the site. So that sums up our top 10 things to do in Bastogne. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and if you're new
a snack bar, a restroom facility, enough services to take care of.
Yet, I remember one time being in line at the snack bar or something. It just
They have got a snack bar, a cafe.
At the snack bar and maybe even sell a few tickets.
I know. So, are you taking kind of their snack bar thing?
This is Friday. I need to be in that snack bar selling.
I got it. Hook arrested. You already made a play at his share of the snack bar.
Job at Glennis and her husband's mobile snack bar.
Mainstay of just about every small restaurant, cart, and snack bar in the capital.
Or we have a component called the snack bar.
In this case, the app is using a material design snack bar to do this, right at the bottom, and this is a
and we started at the snack bar to clean it out, and we thought we would be open.
Student snack bar that they run and support their own government events. So it's pretty cool.
There's some
and John says, "Hey Dad, can I go to the snack bar?"
Out in the snack bar and, buy so many raffle tickets.
He was at the snack bar eating a hot fudge sundae.
A healthy snack bar and an innocent smoothie.
That for many businesses, besides even the snack bar, that
unlike London, the snack bar sold macaroni.
Pet food shop and the owner of a vegan snack bar in Birmingham. Vehicles, and the former customs post is now a vegetarian snack bar.
A 4-year-old woman named Olivia Chains went to a snack bar in a Costco.
Pasta, so you can always get some good pasta at the snack bar, and you will
use money to pay for a snack at the snack bar. So it's about.
And they will eat an additional 400 calories at the snack bar.
The Kugelblitz sounds like a good snack bar. Floyd Johnson out.
With Essie Mae's snack bar, a game room, and the Tarbell